you.
No. Keep on using it.
Good evening, everyone. Sorry we're running a little late. I had between the kids and a few other things, I ran a little over. I'm going to introduce Nadine and Leon's mother. I'm so sorry, your name is so pretty, but I will say it wrong, so I'm going to have you announce yourself.
Desiree.
Desiree. It's so pretty.
Thank you.
Um, you are Leon's mother and sister,
Yes.
and you now, are you guys comfortable with saying where you are? I know some people aren't, but you guys are a good distance away.
Oh, we're actually in Hawaii, so it's
Okay,
fine.
I didn't know if you wanted everybody to.
Yeah, it's fine.
But you guys are in Hawaii, and Leon went missing out of Las Vegas, Nevada, correct?
Yes, correct.
So you guys are. It's been very difficult for you guys, I can imagine, with getting answers. Um,
Hmm.
have you talked to anybody that has known Leon around Nevada?
No, I didn't meet. We don't know any of his friends or anything, but we did make try to file reports on it.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I hope that
Yeah.
this brings people out that knew him. So, I always like to start out just I like to know who they are before we go into what happened to them because I think, sometimes people forget that these are loved ones, that are missed and have families that just want to to have them home. So who was Leon? Tell us about
Well, he's actually my oldest brother.
him.
He's 5 years
Okay.
older than me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I know you mentioned that he was in Nevada for about 8 years. Did he move there from Hawaii?
Yeah, directly. He went there from Hawaii. He actually just went there for a different pace of life and everything because
Yeah.
Hawaii is really slow and it's kind of boring actually. So he went there for a different experience, different change.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Now, so what was he like? Was he goofy? Was he funny? Was he serious? Was he
He's
laid
actually really
back?
smart. He's a really smart person.
Yeah.
I would say he's the smartest out of all of us. And there's four of us total. But we would always say he's the smartest.
Were you guys all close?
Well, I have three brothers, so yeah, we're all close. I actually used to live with him when he lived here in Hawaii. And when I lived in California, we lived together before, and we used to spend a lot of time in California together.
Oh, I'm close with my brothers and my sisters.
Yeah.
So you guys were in contact with each other. Were you
Yeah.
guys that type? Because you have families out there that if I took off for a while, my family would probably it'd be a little bit before they were like, maybe we should check in on her because I just pop in and
Exactly.
out so much.
Uh-huh.
But he seemed to be in constant contact with
Leon was pretty close with his grandmother, and he would always give her a call like twice a month. The last call he actually spoke to her was on August 11th of last year. And after that, she never heard from him. And my last contact was in July by a text message. And
you.
his
Do you
grandmother would
believe?
always help him out, send $100 a month to help him out with food and stuff. And he would always receive the Western Union. And the last one was sent on
The 24th of
August
August.
24th
Hmm.
of August, and he never picked it up. So that's another strange thing that happened. He never picked it up.
Really? And so he went missing. This was in 2021.
Right,
21.
last year.
And so the last time he was seen is based off of your guys's contact in that Western Union. That was never.
Correct.
They would never pick up.
It's not based on account of somebody who's seen him.
No one's seen him. Um,
That was 10/11.
So what was? What
Yeah.
was
Well,
he
he used to
doing then?
always go to 7-Eleven. He would always go to 7-Eleven to get his food and all his snacks and the Western Union. He would pick it up at 7-Eleven. That was close in the to the motel that he was staying by in Clark County. And they would always say that he was there. But I guess when they went to pass out the flyers, they said they haven't seen him since last year. So they did recognize him in the flyers, but other than that, no one actually know him.
But even if he would have even if he would have passed on from the area, he would have stayed in he would have.
Oh,
Is
he
that
he
Yeah,
he
something he
he
would
would
have
would.
let you
always.
know?
He would always be in
Oh,
contact.
that was the last call with the funniest voice. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, my grandparents had received a call back in was it the end of August sometime or maybe beginning of September, and it was a call from Las Vegas, and the person had called them about 2 or 3 times in a row, and the person couldn't speak. The person on the other end of the phone was like really confused, and they couldn't get their words correct. Yeah, and every time my grandparents were trying to figure it out, they just couldn't understand the person, and so my grandma hung up the phone and they called back several times after. So
Did it
because it was a Vegas number, they just
Yeah,
yeah.
did
they
it
assume it.
sound
They
to
assume
them?
it
Did
could have
it
been
sound like
Leon.
Leon?
Well, now that they think about it, they said it's a possibility.
Yeah.
At the time, they weren't thinking about it, right? Because we
Well,
weren't
he
just
would.
it's
Yeah.
exactly. It was
Yeah.
still kind of brand new.
Yeah.
So they tried to get the number, but they couldn't get it from the telephone company.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes. So in September, we filed a missing person report, and then Detective Conover was assigned to this case, and he called me up October 27 of 2021, saying that life has been established for Leon, and they're going to close the case, and that he was seen at a couple of homeless shelters, but he couldn't confirm that it was Leon himself. He was seen at.
Now, Leon was diabetic, correct?
Yeah, he had some other medical issues as well. So he was on medication.
And that would be something that he would need.
Right.
So for him to just, has there been any of those medications refilled or picked up or any of that?
Exactly. We don't know.
We don't know where he used to get his prescriptions from or anything.
So have you called the county, Ellie, where he was?
Yes, we did. We opened up another case again with the same detective in charge, and he just doesn't seem like he's interested in looking into this matter. We had some flyers made by this worldwide missing people, and they were a big help. They
Oh yeah,
posted
they're
flyers all
wonderful.
over the place and
Hmm.
did a lot for us. Yeah.
So I know that he was receiving a SSI check,
Right.
Yes.
and I mean that's something that could very easily to look and see if it's at least at the very least been cashed or not.
Yeah, it goes directly to his bank account. I mean, it's so easy to figure it out. He would get it on his debit card.
And they told you that's something that they could not do.
They said it was something I could actually look into myself. So I actually tried to call, but of course it's confidential. They're not going to give me that kind of information. Yeah.
And I also mailed out a letter to Leon on February the 17th of this year, and I have not received it back. And now, if his PO box is closed, wouldn't they send it back to the sender?
I would have, yeah.
Yeah, I never got it back.
But they did get a fake letter before that wasn't in his handwriting. My mom and my grandma both.
That was stated to be by him?
Yes, it was sent. They received it in November, like right around the holidays, right? And it was just written on a empty envelope,
Are you
and it asked for money. It said for $100, and that was it. But the words wasn't his words, and the writing wasn't his.
do
And
you
the way
guys
it
still
said,
have that?
um, yeah, we actually do. We have both of the letters, and it
Did
came from the PO box that he had before.
so when you received this text message from him, did that sound like something he would say?
The text message that I received in July of last year, yeah, that was him.
That was him.
But
Okay.
that was last year in July now. That's the last text message I received.
And then before all this, before he even went missing in August, about 6 or 7 months prior before that, he had another apartment that he was living in, and it was broken into, and all his personal and confidential documents and IDs was all stolen. And I told Conover this in September when I filed the missing persons report that the ID that was used at the shelter might have not even been his because his stuff was all stolen before. And that's weird, like, and he
Oh
still
my!
didn't care to check or
I'm just
verify
trying
if
to
it was him.
wrap my head around this right now.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's really crazy. Yeah.
And the detective also mentioned like when someone checks into the homeless shelter, they have cameras there.
Yeah.
So we'd ask him, could you verify that it was Leon who checked in with the ID and not just someone who's
Some
using his ID?
And he told me he was. He actually told me he had the information and the picture. He told me he would email it to me, but 2 weeks later he hadn't sent me anything or even called me back. In the whole month that it's been, he only called me once in 30 days.
And then also we also learned that last August Leon was arrested for something I don't know in Vegas. Now, if he was arrested last August, wouldn't they have like a mugshot so
yeah.
we can really see that it was him who was
Yes.
arrested? Exactly. But how can we get that information?
Yeah, they said the person that was arrested was 6 feet 4 inches, but I swear my brother's not that tall. But I mean, it's a possibility, but he still wouldn't say if it the photo or not.
I mean, it almost sounds like somebody stole his
They
identity.
did
Yeah.
exactly.
And when his IDs was stolen, he did go and get new ones too. Yeah, he did have them replaced.
So this gas station has anybody? Have you guys tried reaching out to the gas station?
No,
Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't have to because
I
the
tried calling the motel
investigators.
that he was staying at.
And I'm just
He was at the Desert Hill Motel for the last. Well, I know for the last month of August he was there, and I've tried calling them several times, and they don't respond to me either. And I even sent them a missing flyer of my brother, and they haven't responded either. Which is weird. They're a business. Why don't they respond to me? I'm in Hawaii.
well, even the gas station. If he was a regular there, and they
Yeah, the
have
7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
if they have cameras, they would have been able to maybe go back and see when the last time he even came in there.
And he was always walking. He didn't drive. So, I mean, I'm sure other people
What
know who
Saw
he
him.
is or even,
there's
seen him.
oh, you're damn right. There's people
Yeah.
out there that are listening. I mean, they're gonna watch this and they're gonna my that's what I'm hoping for is those people that did see him last
Hmm.
or who he was with.
Yeah, like
I
there's
mean,
like a
just
lot of
looking
sketchy
at your
people in
brother,
that
he's a
area.
very distinctive I
Uh-huh.
feel like people who would have seen him would have known that they've seen him.
Yeah, yeah, he was a very respectable person. He wouldn't hurt a fly. I mean, He kind of kept to himself. He was just respectful.
He was tall, but my mom always says gentle giant, right?
Yeah, like a gentle
But
giant.
but yeah, I don't think he was 6 feet 4 inches like they
Yeah.
claim he was. But
I'm just wowed. And like I'm telling everybody, I'm learning about this in real time too. Oh,
yeah, it's crazy. It really
jeez.
is, and it's just frustrating because they're not doing anything. And I 2 days ago I made a complaint with the internal affairs because Conover isn't doing nothing. So I filed a complaint against Conover, and then above him was Detective Stark, who didn't do nothing either. So that's why I made the complaint with internal affairs.
Well, after we get off of here,
Psychic.
if you
Oh,
if you guys don't mind, sending me the hotel, the gas station, and the county that you guys have been talking, the district that you guys have been talking to,
yes.
trying to get an investigation going. Um, if you guys are comfortable with that, send me that when
Oh,
we,
I'll send it all to you.
yeah,
We
because
need all the help. Yeah,
I would
exactly.
definitely get something going.
Something going, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I will put it all in a. I know petitions are, but it is another way to literally. I can send you guys the link. It's super easy to just go in there and tell your story and what's not being done and who isn't doing it,
Yeah.
and get people to sign it. They'll share it, get it out there. It's just another way. I mean, people don't know. I'm assuming because it doesn't sound like anybody tried to make it aware.
No, they haven't. They just
Yeah,
assume
they
he's
did.
homeless and on the streets and on drugs. Like,
And
I mean,
that's all that. Yeah,
it is. It's crazy.
but
Because I mean,
something
he would
as
call.
simple
He would
as
always be in contact. Yeah.
I mean, what if they go check his bank account and he himself is cashing his checks and just didn't want to be? I mean, at least you know.
At least we know. At least he knows that he got his money, right? But
Yeah,
yeah,
They could
that's
I
all
mean,
we
even,
want to know. If he
they could
doesn't
even,
want to be
right.
yeah,
found and left
Yeah,
alone, that's perfectly
that's
fine.
fine.
But we just want to
But we
know
just
that
want to
he's
know.
alive getting his money and not someone
Yeah.
else.
but for
They could
them
even
to.
they could even post a camera by his PO box.
Exactly.
We were told that.
So do you guys have anything with Leon's handwriting?
Yeah, my grandma, he would write letters to her before this.
And you have the letters that you guys don't
She
think
has
that.
some, and we do have the fake ones. Yeah.
So would you guys be willing to take? I mean, not even just
Oh, I
publicly.
actually did. I sent it to the Missing Road Y group. I did already
I want to.
because
I
it's
want to
so
see
weird. Yeah.
comparison.
Yes, it is. And just the words are weird.
And maybe Peter, I'm just thinking maybe everybody should just see that. Give them a reason.
Yeah, that's true.
And that, I mean, like I said, that's completely, I would never do anything without your guys' permission. But
No, but I mean, no one's trying to. I mean, for law enforcement over there ain't doing nothing, and it's like we have to do everything ourselves.
because if somebody sent those letters and that is not his handwriting,
Oh,
oh,
Let me go.
wow. I am so sorry. I am just trying to wrap my head around this, and I'm just so extremely sorry. But if anything I'm good at it is what people have been telling me I'm good at.
right.
Good at getting their attention. But they are aware of these fake letters.
Yes, Nadine did. But did share it with the Missing Worldwide helpers.
Are the investigators that you've talked to aware of these fake letters?
Are the investigators? Yes. Yes,
And
they
they
are.
have you sent them comparisons of his?
You sent them to them, didn't you? The letters? I, th-
Yeah, I
I
done.
think she just shared it with the Missing Worldwide helpers.
Okay.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay. Man, because if yeah. Well, I would suggest calling.
Yeah, like who do we call next? We're trying everything.
and you guys just can't get, and that's where you guys at. So I think if you send them to me, we'll get them there. We'll get them to there because I think they should see that. I
Yeah.
mean, I think that's a good piece of evidence that they should take a look at it. If that's not his handwriting, somebody sent that letter.
Yeah, it's not. The two letters are both different writing, actually. Both letters are both different.
So I think all three, yeah. I think that's those letters right there would be a good key place to.
Not to mention, they can also check like at the police department, being that he was arrested last August. Can
I'm
they see?
looking into that. I know
Can they see his
somebody exactly.
mugshot?
Will.
Right,
If he was there, they'll be able to find that mugshot for you.
right. If he was the one or someone else.
If he was there, he got a mugshot.
Right. And the homeless shelter that has cameras upon entering.
Yeah. Oh, Oh.
Yeah. We were told that by the detective Conover.
Have they said anything ever about going to look at any of this footage?
I asked him. He told me he would send it to me, but he lied about that also. He never did send it to me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he said it
I'm
would
not
prove to me
surprised.
that my brother was fine, but he never sent me the email and the photos. Yeah.
He told you your brother was fine.
Yeah, because he was going to close the case again. But then I kept bugging him to that he had to prove to me that my brother was fine
Exactly.
before
I was going
he
to
could
say
close the
that's
case.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, and then that's when he said he was going to send me the photos from the homeless shelter and everything, and he never did.
did he mention what day those photos were?
No, he said this was back in September and October of 2021.
Well, that would be very important because
Yeah, I know.
if he went
Yes.
missing in August, oh yeah.
Hmm. But then right after he told me he would send these photos, I also emailed him that the Missing Worldwide group was helping me and that they were helping with the flyers and stuff. So maybe that's why he kind of changed his mind also that, he better try to find him, but he still hasn't done anything.
Do you have an email? Do you email him or do you call him?
Well, I have both. I have the number and the email.
Well, I would suggest that send it. I mean, and again, it's up to you guys. But taking those photos or those letters, all take one that is Leon's handwriting, and then send him a picture of each of them,
Uh-huh.
and not even. I mean, tell him who's which one is Leon's handwriting.
Yeah.
And have him come back and tell you that the other two are Leon's handwriting. That's what I would.
Yeah, I call him every single morning and he doesn't call me back. He only works Monday through Thursday. So every morning before I work I call him and he doesn't ever call me back. And then I also email him. He doesn't email me back either.
No, I think he needs to see those photos or the letters. So you can send them. We'll make sure that they get them.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna take that and email it to him also after today.
Yeah. I mean, they say that they don't have nothing, but I'm telling you, if somebody else wrote those letters, and they may not. They can say that they can't go check out that SSI money, but they can sure compare that handwriting and.
Yeah.
And those photos, the mugshot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's what we'll work on. I will. We'll see if we can get that darn mugshot. And if there's not one there, then he wasn't there.
Yeah.
Do you know what day that they were saying that he was there? In
At the
jail?
shelter?
In jail for the mugshot.
Oh, that was
No.
August.
I'm not too
That was
sure.
August is when he was arrested last time they had mentioned. August of
Okay.
2021.
Send me, type that out for me, all of that out for me too, and send me. I'll send you guys my number when I get out
Okay.
of here, when we get off here. And make sure, yeah, just send me who you guys have been, and we'll figure it out. I have somebody that's amazing at that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So if it's
Okay.
there, we'll get it. Oh, I am just, and you go back and listen to the other episodes that we've done on here. It's you guys all just sound the same as far as they don't do anything.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem. The help that they don't offer any help.
They do nothing.
Yeah,
So
nothing.
that's why I made my page for. I'm here to.
At least share it, right? Yeah, thank you.
I'll tell them to get off their ass and go look. That you got plenty of. You say you have nowhere to go. Well, I just like to show them that they do.
Yeah, there is,
Yeah,
and I even told him places to go and check. He hasn't done anything.
there are plenty of avenues here that they could go
Uh-huh.
down and check. Oh wow! And you guys are so far away.
Yes.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not like you can go right down there and go.
yeah. You can
You
drive
know
there
what I
and
mean?
check them out.
This is you wanna hear a weird thing that happened? So this is the weird thing. There was so I was looking online myself about different reviews about the places that he was staying with that motel. So there was a comment that a guy had posted about how good the place is, and it's the perfect place to come if you want to just disappear. So he made that comment on Facebook, and I had messaged him, and I sent him the flyer of my brother, and I also messaged him to ask him any questions since he was staying at the same hotel. But now he blocked me from his Facebook. So I was like, why you block me?
Oh,
I'm in Hawaii, and I'm just asking about my brother. And he doesn't know me. I don't know him. I'm just asking because you had a comment that you were staying at the same hotel. Like, that's weird.
and is it thought to have been around the same time as Leon?
Yeah, it is. Yes. That's why I wanted to ask him
And
and
he
why
blocked you.
exactly. Yes, and he blocked me. And he doesn't know me. Like,
Now you don't have to say the name, but do you know that name to this day
yeah.
still?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, I am. And
Okay.
I'm actually just watching all his posts because he's just really weird. And he's a little sketchy himself, so he
Hmm.
probably does know something about my brother. Or anyway, who he's
I
been
mean,
around, you know?
they're not out there looking or doing anything, and you shouldn't have to be doing this. But I mean, those are tips, those are leads that if somebody does come forth, and that's another reason why I do this is if anybody out there is listening to this and they say that they can help.
Yeah.
Oh
And
my.
this guy was from the area. He talked about the same area, the motel, he said, I guess he's like a homeless person also, that he must know a lot of the people around. But what was weird was that he blocked me.
And nobody from this homeless shelter has ever.
No, because it's confidential according to Conover.
Well, I guess now I'm asking everybody in Las Vegas, Nevada, what county? Where
Clark
did
County.
Clark County?
Yes.
And
He was staying right off of South Fremont. Yeah.
South Fremont. I guess that's what I will. And not one person. I mean, I guess
No?
nobody really knows.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we're in Hawaii too, but
Yeah. So
it's hard because I guess the exposure on, it's hard to get the word out, but yeah.
Well, that's what I will put as the description of this. Anybody from that area, we know you've seen him.
Someone, I'm sure
We
they've
know
seen
you've
him.
seen the boy.
Yeah,
So
he was seen at 7-Eleven.
He was always walking down there. He never drove, so I mean, he would walk from the motel to 7-Eleven. that's wherever distance, but he was always walking in that area.
Yeah. Well, I think here we have a very good start to start sharing.
Oh, and his birthday is October 1st.
Oh,
Never once, we haven't heard from him. So he would be 43 on the 1st of October. So after 43 years, the first year we haven't heard from him on his birthday. And that's even weirder because he knew that we are gonna send money to him on his birthday. And he was waiting for that day to come, for the money to come also for his birthday. And it came and went and we haven't heard from him.
so when did you receive those fake letters? Or your grandma?
In November,
Yeah,
November.
mid-November,
17th, yeah.
the 17th of November.
And one of those letters didn't have
Oh yeah, and one of them didn't have that
the
post
date
stamp,
outside, yeah.
when you stamp the postage on the envelope.
Now, have a lot of people handled those letters?
Well, yeah, we have actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually tried to take it to the police department here to see if I could file a missing persons report over here in Hawaii, but they wouldn't help me either. Well, they said they were, but they left me waiting for like an hour outside, and they never came back to take my report. So we haven't gotten help from anyone.
Well, you do now, and I see plenty of things that we can put out there that people.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of things to look for.
And I think the biggest thing that you guys have right now are those letters.
Yeah.
If you guys really, really, with no doubts, can say that that is not his handwriting, and that was not him.
And in that letter, he had mentioned that he's going to get a cell phone, and he never did.
Was it, what, like the vibes of reading it, was it even him? His
The words.
usage of the words, the way he talked. Did you feel like you were reading a letter from him?
Well, certain words, like he would ask, like if you could send him like $20 to $25. They had that part that sounded like him a lot. But then he said, yeah, it just didn't.
But it could
I
have
mean, he
been.
never writes on an envelope for one. He
Uh,
never writes on an envelope.
just these inconsistent. You just know him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what made you first think that the letters weren't him?
Well, I after looking at it, the words, the writing actually looked different on both letters.
Just like the way.
Yeah, the way the letters were written, or the
Yeah.
handwriting. Each one was
Yeah,
different
like
for
the
both letters.
E may have been different here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that could be
And it's
easily.
it's just weird.
That could easily be by hand or oh my goodness, a handwriting expert. They could go through and that's something easy that could be. Mm. I think they should know about the letters to give them a chance to,
Uh-huh.
and then when they say no, whew, we'll let everybody know that too.
Yeah. Hmm.
Oh my goodness, I can't imagine what you guys are going through.
Yeah, it's crazy. It really is.
I cannot, and then being so far, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. And my grandma, she would send the Western Union like a monthly thing. She had her own schedule with my brother. And yeah, he never did miss anything. He always needed the extra help for everything. And he was always there to pick up the money, but he just never came in August.
So I want to know where he was getting his prescriptions from.
Hmm.
and who he was around that would know about that check and and close to him that knew enough about him.
Yeah. And maybe that guy that I tried to Facebook,
Hmm.
or he actually knows whoever, some people around him. Anyway, something.
Ooh, we're gonna have to force them to look at that bank account.
Yeah, that would be so easy. So much
Yeah,
easier.
between those letters and that bank account, I mean, you can get a few answers out of that. I feel, but we will see what we can stir up for
Yeah.
sure.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, like I said, just send me those details about the station, who you were talking to down there, and if you guys feel comfortable sending me a picture of those letters and something that is his handwriting.
Okay. Yeah, I'll mail it to you. Message.
And yeah, I'll start making some posts and get people sharing and getting the word out there. I know there are some people from Las Vegas on my page,
Oh
so
yeah. Uh-huh.
very much so. Um, so yeah, we will get it out there and we will see what we
Yeah.
get back.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you,
Yeah,
Ashley.
yeah, and like I said, I one time off here, I'll send you my personal number. That way you guys have
Okay.
it, and if that way we can stay in contact. And like I tell everybody, if anything comes out of it, if somebody does reach out to even me personally through this, we'll get that. If it's hip, we'll make sure we get it down there to that investigator that says he doesn't have anything that he can do. Well, we'll give him something to do.
Yes, he needs something to do. Okay. Thank
So
you.
yes, I appreciate you. If you guys get off here and you guys forgot anything, or let everybody know, the
Uh-huh.
door's always welcome. If you say I forgot something, let's go back on, or can you go say this for me? Even do not hesitate. I know that people come on here and they try to say everything at once, and some things get left out.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid.
Okay.
We're here for you now. You got us,
Yeah, and thank you for that at least. Yeah. Hmm.
and I hope we get some answers for you.
Okay.
Yeah, so I will hop off here and I will message you guys my number and all that stuff.
Okay. And I'll send you everything else later today.
Okay,
Thank
you guys have a good rest of the day. For
you.
you guys,
Yes, it's 5:10.
it's
Yep.
11:10.
Oh,
That is so
Okay.
crazy.
thank you,
I
Ashley.
I have somebody that I know from Hawaii. They were up there recently, just moved back about a year ago.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, he's been filling me on about the Hawaii ways and stuff because he was up there for a while. And so when you reached out, I was just like, wow, I'm a big believer in coincidences and things are meant to be.
Yeah.
So,
Uh-huh.
uh, so I hope that's the case here.
Yeah, that's good. Okay. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, you guys have
Okay,
a good
Ashley, good
night.
night. Thank you so much.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Oh, wow. I'm telling you, I did not know much about that. It was a learning experience for me too. Uh, but I think I have already got a pretty good idea of where we can start to help them. And they are in Hawaii. He is out of Las Vegas. You guys can already understand how difficult it is for them. So I hope everybody out there can really help them by just sharing. If that's all that you can do, help get this out there as much as we can, so that way we can get it to Clark County, Las Vegas, Nevada, and those Ellie see it and they realize that they're going to have to do something. Because from what we've heard tonight, I think we all can agree on one thing. There's plenty of things that they could look into if they wanted to. And wanted to, I feel, is the key word here. So let's get this going. Let's just get it known. Let's get it out there and see what happens and what we can get back for them. I can't imagine being so far away. So let's help them feel a little bit closer. Um, that is all I have for you guys tonight. I hope you guys really help support. That would be a wonderful thing to see, and I think we have some good starts. So I really cannot wait to see what comes out of this. I'm just still trying to wrap my head around it myself here. I apologize because that is just craziness. With that being said, this is Ash with TC Spotlight. Until next time, you guys stay safe out there and you have a good night.